New York City science teacher violates school rules and protocols, which results in lifelong injury to a young boy. My name is Andrew Siegel. I'm the senior litigating partner here at Siegel Coonerty. We are a personal injury and medical malpractice law firm here in New York City. I once represented a ninth grader who was an assistant in his science lab. During fifth period, he was in the lab helping the teacher prepare for lab experiments for later in the day. During this time, he had a drink of water from a large Poland Spring water bottle that was out on the lab table. Fifth period ended, he went on to a sixth period class, and during that sixth period class time, when he was out of the science lab, the science teacher in the science lab was continuing to prepare for the experiment later in the day. My client came back to the lab for seventh period to help finish preparing the product for it later in the day. What he didn't know was that during this sixth period, when he was outside the classroom, the science teacher had taken from the cabinet a jug that contained a caustic substance known as sodium hydroxide. This jug, as fate would have it, was in the exact same shape water bottle that the water had been in that was on the science lab table the period before. When my client comes back to the lab, seventh period, he's thirsty again. He pours what he believes to be water, which was in actuality this sodium hydroxide, and he takes a drink, and this caustic material burns his esophagus terribly. The violation in this case was that the school science teacher failed to comply his conduct to the rules and regulations of the Board of Education of the City of New York, which stated very clearly when caustic materials are not in use at the moment in time by the teacher, they are to be safely stored away in a locked cabinet. Unfortunately, that didn't happen. He's had multiple operations, including the placement of his small intestine in where his esophagus used to be. He lives with a feeding tube, and in his future, he still has more operations to undergo in an effort to hope take out the feeding tube and allow him to live like a normal person. My name is Andrew Siegel. If you have any questions, call 212-532-0532. My law firm represents children that are injured not only in the New York City school systems, but injured in any way. I hope this has been informative. Thank you.